Hey geeky guys and gals, I'm your host, Geeky Jace with G3, and with me as always is my co-host,
Nice and Drew.
and welcome to our Friday Friendly. In today's episode, we'll be talking about our team from Master Builder Monday, and as an added bonus, Drew and I will be battling in the background for your viewing pleasure. So let's get started with the video. Man, I cannot talk right now. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry guys, I'm so sorry.
You forgot how to English.
I forgot how to English. Our team from Master Builder Monday was Venusaur, Arcanine, Keldeo, Mew, Visharp, and Latias. And before we even get into this, I just want to say this team was absolutely amazing. It really was. I was kind of like thinking that I was only going to win maybe like 75% of my battles with this team, and I had like a 30-1 win ratio. It was insane. And it's not just like playing passerbys and like Wi-Fi battles or anything like that. It was like I took it on Battle Spot. I had quite a few games actually. Like 15 of my games were there, and the rest of them were just playing random people from the Poke groups I'm in, which are some pretty good players, as well as playing some passerbys. And the team was absolutely amazing. It had such great synergy. Like it just blew me away. Drew, anything you want to say about it?
I took the team into 10 battles, didn't lose one. That's a good team. Destroyed some faces with it.
It was a face destroyer, I will say that. It came out and did just what we wanted it to do. I don't know if we got lucky or if this was just a well put together team, but either way, it was a blast to play with.
You're talking about luck. It was all skill.
It was a blast to play with. Venusaur. This was the one that kind of got thrown in at the last minute. Originally, if you remember, if you've watched the Master Builder, I said that I wanted Thorn and Charizard, but we decided against it because we didn't want to be weak to rocks, like have one huge glaring weakness to rocks, because that forced us to almost have to defog if rocks came up. And if you've seen any of the battle videos we've had, Drew and I have had rocks on our side of the field, and sometimes I haven't even really gave any sort of indication that I really cared at all. Like, I would switch into rocks, and it really didn't bother me none because they weren't that detrimental to the team. Like, I was taking damage, yeah, but most of the time I was outpacing my opponent, so it really didn't matter that little damage I was taking because I was just, healing it up or, knocking out the Pokemon I came and switched in on, or just started putting the pressure, like applying pressure, and it was amazing. This team ended up being so good. Venusaur was such a great choice, and it was actually Drew's choice. Because we switched the team around. He said he wanted to go Arcanine Venusaur, which ended up working great because Arcanine Venusaur and Keldeo made an amazing core. Just hands down great core. Venusaur was awesome. If you watch some of the battles, I used Venusaur to knock out a Sableye and snatch some kills on or weaken a Garchomp to the point where it was just like almost not even worth keeping anymore. As well as a few other crazy things. Drew actually kills a +6 Slurpuff with it. He just kept it around because he knew that he was going to have to take that +6 Slurpuff with Unburdened. And it just, +6 eats it up and just murders that poor thing.
Venusaur just ate it up. I noticed the team is easy to set up on. Luckily, all the battles, nobody really brought any setup pokes. But
well, even when I got played this team and I got set up on, and all I did was, as long as they don't if they're not Dragon Dancing, you're good. Because I had somebody set up a +6 on me with Gliscor because he brought a weird Gliscor set, and he had Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Facade with the Poison Orb and Poison Heal. And he had +6, and I let him take out my Landorus and then switched Latias into it with the Scarf and just Draco Meteor shut it down. Just Draco Meteor shut it down. So, the team doesn't want to be set up on, but if you're smart and you wear them down a little bit at least, Latias can come in and just finish it off with that Scarf. Latias gives no shits. It gives no shit. That's the only word I can say. It gives no shits. It really doesn't. It was such a great call to have Latias on this team, but I'll get back to her. Venusaur was amazing, absolutely great. The spread was pretty good. I liked it. It gave us just enough special attack that it usually snagged the OHKO on a lot of things pretty easily with the modest nature, and it was fast enough that it outpaced a couple Pokemon that I wanted it to. Overall, just a great Pokemon to have. Venusaur is just it's It's Bay. It's Bay.
I think
Vulcanine.
Gladius is Bay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Vulcanine. Vulcanine was absolutely amazing. I said he was going to be amazing to begin with, and he was such a amazing poke. Every battle that I brought him in and had him do what I needed him to do, he performed amazing. He shut it down. He was great. You know, his intimidation was fantastic. The Rocky Helm to get that damage was great. Let him switch in, take some hits to weaken other Pokemon. Morning Sun to heal it up. Will-O-Wisp, those physical types that didn't, aren't immune to the Willow. Overheat to snag those kills because it's special attack and they don't expect it, you know. And then
can't tell by now, Jace has a major chubby for Arcanine.
I really do. And Drew's actually opened my eyes to this Pokemon because I've only recently, I'm saying within the past year, Drew, started actually playing Pokemon competitively. And Drew was actually my mentor. He actually taught me everything I know. And then I just kind of added to my own skill there. So he's kind of like my senpai.
I needed a practice scrub. What can I say?
And I really took what he told me to heart and learned that sometimes, because I always thought it was like, oh, you need to be legendaries and this and that. And that's not the case. Sometimes you have to learn how to use Pokemon to their advantage, you know, and Vulcanine is an example of that. We use Vulcanine to, you know, its advantages. You know, it's got Intimidate, it's got the Will-O-Wisp, it's got good stats everywhere, make it bulky, let it eat up them hits, and, you know, just come out there and E-speed and overheat everything in the face, and it's just amazing. It really was. I cannot say enough about Arcanine. Drew, you want to say anything about Arcanine?
I'd just like to show that you don't have to use a Smogon top 20 used Pokemon to make a good team.
That's very true. That's very true. And I had to learn that the hard way because I was like, oh, Smogon, and now I'm like, Pokemon that are good because Smogon doesn't know what it's talking about sometimes.
Like Mega Mawile. What is Mega Mawile doing in Ubers?
I have no idea. I really don't.
What is Greninja going to do in Ubers?
It's gonna die. That wet paper. I mean, if you watch some of the videos, I think I fought a Greninja in like both my videos, and I shut them both down. Just shut them both down. Like Greninja's not hard, and a lot of people complain because like, oh, Greninja's really hard to kill. And I was like, it's only hard to kill if your team is not good, and that's the best way I can put it. I know it sounds heartless, but if your team's not good, Greninja's gonna kick your ass. It really is.
It does sound pretty heartless.
It does, but it's true.
Are you telling our viewers that they're scrubby?
No, I'm saying
is that what you're doing right now?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you have to build balanced teams. You can't just build a team with Charizard, you know, Talonflame, Staraptor, and think you're gonna do good. By the way, that was a team I picked in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing because I was like, oh, that's so much power. Yeah, no.
And then I set up Stealth Rocks against you, and it just nah.
Yeah, Stealth Rocks is GG. It's GG. You just switch in and you're dead. You're just dead. But if you don't build the balanced team, of course Pokemon are going to destroy you left and right, you know? And people's arguments are, oh, well, I don't have to use a specific Pokemon to counter, you know, Greninja. And I was like, if you watch my battles, I didn't use just one specific Pokemon to counter Greninja. You know, I used a combination of Scarfs and wearing it down. I mean, it's really about being a good player and understanding what your team does and what your team excels at and what your team doesn't do, you know? But that's a whole different video. That's just me ranting about Smogon banning stuff.
It's starting to sound like a team building 101 video.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm done with that. Next we got Keldeo. Keldeo was an amazing late game sweeper. I used it in about 5 or 6 battles just to finish off like 2, 3, 4 pokes, and he did an amazing job. Drew said he really didn't see much of him. He really didn't see much Keldeo play.
I didn't.
I did, and in most of my games, he was my late game sweeper. He came out, he did what he had to do. Expert Belt was amazing, just amazing. We talked about it on the video. I really didn't know what to run on it. Drew was like Expert Belt. We talked about a few things like Assault Vest and other things, but ultimately we landed on Expert Belt, and I really did think that it was crucial in a couple wins I had because in one of them there's a video up where I was facing Jose, which a link will be in the description to that. And he had a Curse Umbreon, and and he had all his points, I think, in HP and special defense, and he was just cursing to boost his defense, and I hit him with a Secret Sword. He was at like 30 or 40%, and it O-code. And if you know anything about Umbreon, to deal heavy damage to an Umbreon is pretty impressive. So I was very impressed with Keldeo's performance. And him, Arcanine, and Venusaur, like I said, made a great core. Not a Young Mew. Young Mew was this Pokemon that I was like, well, he's gonna be a great utility Pokemon, and I had the most fun just being silly with my Mew. I would Stealth Rocks, and then I would just like knock off, and then I would just explosion like I was Chaozu.
Man, gotta come over here and steal my jokes. We were talking about this before the video we started recording. I said I just love exploding on things like Chaozu. He's like, I'm gonna use that. I'm like, don't you do it.
He looked like, well, I said it to my wife. I was like, I look like Vegeta using his little Spinal Flash suicide move when he does it, because it's like this big giant like light, and the next thing you know, you just see Mew in the middle like floating. It was funny. It didn't do anything particularly crazy. Like, I did snag a 1-for-1 with it on a Pokemon, but
like when you exploded on T-Tar and it did nothing. It reminded me of Chaozu.
It was like Chaozu blowing up on Nappa. But I'm sorry, that was just too funny. But a couple things that I did like about it, and I'm gonna stop laughing, was the taunt. The taunt on this thing was absolutely amazing. I stopped so many setup Pokemon, like a couple of Gliscors, quite a few. Drew actually got a Ranunculus, is that it? Reuniclus, thank you. I don't ever say that name right. I snatched a couple of other setup Pokemon that just wanted to come out early and be brave. Like, some people who thought they were going to just come out and be brave and set up on me. And Taunt just knocked that all out. It really did. Knockoff was great for knocking off items. Can't say much more about that. Stealth Rocks for breaking those sashes and breaking the multi-scales and stuff like that. And then Explosion, because Explosion's always fun. Red Ranger, I have to take and say, if you guys watch the team builder, I talked like 10 rounds of crap about poor Bisharp here, and I still believe what I said is true. Okay, I do, but I've come to the realization that he is only really good if your team has good synergy, because he was amazing. Even when Drew used him, he did really well. The Pursuit, Sucker Punch, Iron Sweep, or Iron Head Low Sweep combo just did it in. I don't know how many times I snatched a Defiant bonus off of somebody with an Intim and just went ham sandwich on them. Just went nuts, because he wants to kill everything. He really does. That's all I can say. His EV spread, I really liked the EV spread that me and Drew came up with. It gave him just enough defensive bulk that I survived quite a few unstabbed Earthquakes, and was able to just Sucker Punch and Pursuit and Iron Head stuff down. And the HP was really well invested with the defense, because let's be honest, if you're putting attack and speed on Bisharp, you are wasting those speed EVs. You are not outspeeding anything at base 70. You are not. It's just not happening. It's not happening.
Can run that Jolly Scarf set. I don't know. Could that be a thing?
Hey, I guess it could.
Can we make that a thing?
We could. We could make Bisharp a Jolly Scarfer. That would be funny. Just come out and Iron Head everything.
It's like Choice Scarf Jirachi all over again.
It is. It is, except for we don't have the Serene Dray, so we can't be like the Paraflinge hacks. But he was great. I really can't say enough. He did so much work. He ended up sweeping a lot of Pokemon and being a badass, basically. Hey!
No. Scarf Latias. Scarf Latias was everything in life.
She was. She really was.
Even though she's not Latios, she came was outspeeding Garchomps.
She was, and that was the funniest part, because Garchomps were like, "Oh, I'm gonna come out here and outspeed you," and we're like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. That Choice Scarf, it's too real. That Choice Scarf Latias did so much for me. I tricked quite a few Pokemon, like defensive walls, and gave them that Choice Scarf and just laughed. I Draco Meteored down quite a few Dragon Pokemon that just they didn't want anything from me. I got rid of them, them webs with that defog. And
I got the idea for Scarf Latias from a friend of me and Jace's. named Muhammad.
Ah.
He asked me to power saves him one, and I did. And I looked back at it and decided I want to run one of these too. It seems cheeky. I like tricking scarves onto walls. I did it onto John one game. I scarfed his slow bro, made him cry a little bit inside. And yeah. So if you guys like the team, want to give it a shot, go back to the team builder episode, build it for yourself. Anything else you'd like to add, Jace?
No, I think you pretty much hit all the points on Latios. I'm sorry, not Latios. Latios. She really was great. I didn't know Muhammad had actually given us that set, or that you had gotten that set idea from Muhammad. But it's a really great set, so props to Muhammad. He's a great guy. Maybe one day he might grace us with a battle for the channel. He's been really busy with university and whatnot.
I'm busy with university.
He was a really good player, and it's really cool to see that we use a lot of different elements, because I actually took a lot of the elements from this team from other people that had uses, like our Balkanines from Drew. That Keldeo that we had built is a personal build of my own with the Icy Wind, because Icy Wind is amazing. Drew's Mew, the Latias from Muhammad. We just basically kind of made our team with lots of different things that we've seen that we liked in the meta, and this team worked out amazing. It really did. I cannot say enough. The only thing that I would say that I wish we did have, and it was the one thing that I kind of was like, man, when it did happen, I really wish that we would have had a stronger counter to Rotom Wash. That was the only Pokemon that kind of was annoying to deal with sometimes.
Kind of funny. 10 games, didn't see Rotom.
I ran into Rotom about we'll say a sixth of the battles that I had. Venusaur came in and did what he had to do, but I would always eat the burn for sure. He will Volt Switch out usually before I can get a Giga Drain off. And he's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with, because I had to keep somebody around to deal with him, like Venusaur. I had to keep him around just to deal with him. So I couldn't let Venusaur die, and sometimes I would need Venusaur for other things, and I was like, oh man, it was a pain in the butt. But I played around him pretty well and still won all my games, all my games except one. But yeah, I wish I would have had a better counter for Rotom, and that was the only Pokemon I really think that this team really didn't answer that I can think of that I played. Anything that you played that you thought that the team really didn't answer?
No. My only problem was with hacks. Getting double flinched and my Pokemon being both-handed, smacking themselves in the face all the time with confusion.
I actually had a girl that I played that she used a pretty UU team, and had Chatot and some weird stuff like that she just handed me my butt with freaking just hacks, man. It was crazy. I was getting kind of upset, because it was I was getting every sort of hacks just smashed on me, and I was like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. I really don't. I really didn't know.
You have no idea about the rage that was coming out of Jace's mouth. I was on the phone with him.
Yeah, there was some rage, because I was like, man, this is killing me. It's every hacks you could possibly think of just smashing me in. I got I got para-hacks 5 out of the 7 times. After I got paralyzed, 5 of my 7 turns with my Mew, I was paralyzed. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was getting so mad, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, that was just what I was dealing with. But the team dealt with everything really well, like I said, except Rotom. Because Rotom's just, kind of one of those Pokemon that you kind of have to have an answer to. The other Pokemon that I didn't like to deal with was Mega Kanga, and I ran into only 2 Mega Kangas, thank God, which I used Arcanine to come in on. But Mega Kanga just wanted to destroy Bisharp, it wanted to destroy Latias. Keldeo didn't want to take a hit. There was nobody that really wanted to take a hit from Mega Kanga. And other than that, I think the team did really well. I liked it a lot. If you guys want to use this team, the Master Builder Monday is there. You can go through the whole dealio and check out everything, and build it and play it, see what you guys like. If you guys actually built the team and want to tell us anything that you thought that we missed out, go ahead and leave some comments in the section below and let us know what's going on. Like, hey, blah, 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 I think this Pokemon didn't have a good counter, and let me know so I can be like, I can become a better player for it, and we can all learn a little bit something from it. Anything else you think we need to cover, Drew?
I think that's it.
Okay.
That is it for today.
All right. And it's gonna be it for our basically our Friday friendly. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle that me and Drew had in the background. Hope we didn't distract you too much from it. I hope you guys enjoyed our synopsis of the team. We had a great time playing it. We'll have our next Master Builder Monday up. Monday, obviously next week. We're gonna be probably going with a UU team this time. I know that Eli in the comments on the Master Builder, I believe, said that he wanted us to try Swellow out. And don't think we haven't forgot. We're going to go ahead and try Swellow on the team.
You have no idea my love for Guts Swellow.
Guts Swellow is power. And when he put it up there, I was like, oh man, somebody actually gave us Guts Swellow. They're such great freaking fans. So Guts Swellow is coming. I promise you. We're going to build a team with Guts Swellow. We're going to have a lot of fun with a lot of different tiers. We don't just plan on playing just OU. We plan on just mixing it up.
Personally, I hate OU.
It gets boring because you see the same pokes over. Like I said,
I love Mew.
saw
Mew used to be
pokes.
UU, and I enjoyed that. Pumped it up to OU, and now I have to play OU to play my Mew. Makes me sad.
I understand, man. Yeah, it just gets boring, man. You see the same pokes, same Pokemon over and over. It just becomes like copy and paste teams. It takes a lot of the fun out of the whole elements, and I do understand that. But yeah, we plan on playing a lot of different tiers. We plan on doing doubles. I'll be having VGC episodes. I think I put one up Thursday. Yeah, I did put one up Thursday. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I have one slated to release for next Thursday. I have one up for Thursday. So I'll be playing VGC, and we'll probably be doing it actually as a Master Builder. We'll do a Master Builder for VGC, so you guys can see like my thought process and see what what changes are different from just regular singles to VGC. But yeah, stay tuned to the channel. We plan to keep bringing at least 2 battle videos a day after the Master Builder, as well as the Master Builder, our Fridays, our VGC battles, and some showdown battles and some random battles every now and again.
And I should be bringing some Pokemon TCGO.
That's right.
In a couple weeks.
He does.
I love me some card games.
He does. He loves some card games. He loves some children's card games.
I know, right? Shut up. I still play Magic.
Alright, so that's basically our episode. If you liked the episode, go ahead and hit that like button. Just smash it for me. The more likes you get, the more we know you like our videos. The more we know. We know to release more videos. I don't know, I'm all types of special today. We know to release more episodes. Keep them coming your way. Go ahead and subscribe. Every person that subscribes, we're actually doing a giveaway right now. If we can get at least 100 views and at least 25 subscribers, 100 views over all of our videos, 25 subscribers, I'll be giving away a very awesome Empoleon, which has Defog, Rocks, and Roar, which is going to be an awesome Empoleon for anybody's team.
Spoiler.
He's calm.
Spoiler. Watch Monday.
So he's calm, and he's amazing. A lot of fun. He's going to be great. So go ahead and subscribe, get those views on there, and we'll go ahead and do a giveaway and get you guys with that awesome Empoleon. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Love you.
There we go. Well, Goose says I love you. Like us on Twitter, or follow us on Twitter. Like us on Google+. If you want to join our Facebook groups will be in the description below, so you can join and maybe play through some of our gyms and stuff that we have on our Facebook groups. For Geeky Guys Gaming, I'm Geeky Jace.
And I'm Drew.
And remember to tell them, GG.
Bye-bye.